Freaking Iraq. My boy. No, don't bring that in. Hi everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 Episode 9 Tokyo Number 1 Colony Part 3. And last episode we finally found Higuruma. We saw his backstory, how he became the way he is. Him and Yuji asked him to add the role. He's like, nope. And then Yuji was trying to force him, I guess, to add the role. And then he activated his domain expansion, deadly sentencing. And then when it comes to Megumi, that girl led him to Reggie. Reggie, seeing that Megumi was strong, asked them to, I guess, team up with him or something. And then they started talking about what Kenjaku's main goal is when it comes to this calling game. And he basically tells Megumi that after the strong ones remains, that Kenjaku was going to drop a bomb on them, and then you see some kind of bomb being detonated. I'm like, is that really a real bomb or a metaphorical bomb? And then at the end of the episode, you see Kenjaku walk into this room with these people, and he's telling them, thank you for inviting me or something or other, and they're telling him to have a seat. So I'm not really sure who those people are and what he's doing with them, but yeah, that's what happened in last episode. Before we get into this one, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/Hiromi, where you can find all my full lengths and early access and everything. And yeah, now let's start this episode, and here we go.
Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comments in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review.
Hey me, love me, kill me. I miss seeing Choso fight. No. See, I was asking myself. Well, let me just wait for a second. Magic Vegas? What the?
Judgeman は領域内のもののすべてを知っている。だが心配するな。これはジャッジマンから提出された本件の証拠。その上でこれから君は言い分を述べ、疑いを晴らし、ジャッジマンから無罪を勝ち取らねばならない。
Why would he? He knows he went there. He knows he went there, so he's gonna be.
ヒグルマは現代人だけど、この領域は天元様が言っていた。つまりこの領域は必殺でないことや、俺に物理的に危害を加えないこと、さらにある程度ルールを説明するという。
本当に俺も一度だけこの証拠を踏まえ反論させてもらい、最後にジャッジマンが六法に基づき判決を下す。うちは3つ。黙秘、自白、否認。そして否認には虚偽陳述も含まれる。皆真実を述べるなら裁判など必要ない。さあ、言い訳。
Well, Yuji is a truthful person, so he's just gonna be like, yes, I did, but I did it because something or other, I don't know, whatever. See?
しっかり遊んで、なんなら勝った気もする。
Uh-huh.
あの証拠の中身。
What would that change?
君の疑いを確定するものではない。
2、証拠が入店のみを裏付けるものなら、借用の余地のある言い訳にかける。トイレをね、借りたんですよ。自白して罪が軽くなることにかける。そもそもこの裁判に重い軽いがあんのか？急な便意でやむを得ず、トイレを借りただけだ。
そうか。
触ってる。
では、俺の番だな。
I feel like the characters told the whole truth.
言ってしまえば監禁所の防犯カメラのキャプチャだ。入店を認めた今、このキャプチャを見る限り、トイレ云々は信じるに値しない。
それは何罪？
建造物侵入罪だ。刑法130条。
ずるだろそんな。どう言い訳しても意味ねえじゃんか。
あくまでマジベガスに対する入店のみだ。君はただそんな店知らないと容疑を否認すればよかったんだ。
Guilty. Confiscation.
Confiscation of what?
元の空間に戻った。
What are we confiscating?
特に変化。
It just went big.
大きさも変えられるのか。丈夫だな。それが取り柄なもんで。
Mm-hmm. What the?
力が寝れない。
Oh, so is that the confiscation? Like it took away his control of cursed energy?
日車ひろみ36歳。T 大法学部受験。日車にとってそれらは必要な知識を入力し、だが彼の中で最も光る原石は呪術師としての才能だった。そうすることで結界術の基礎も同時に習得。式開花から12日間で一級術師と比べても遜色のないレベルまで成長して20人以上のプレイヤーを返り討ちにするに至る。
Okay, so they're the ones that attacked him. It's not like he attacked them. I guess that's something. I love it when he slides through things. It's like he's rapid firing his. What the heck?
没収のペナルティは一時的に術式の使用を不可能にするものだ。だからペナルティが呪力の使用不可に変わったのだろう。自分で言ってて恐ろしいよ。なぜ呪力なしで俺と対等に渡り合える？
He's been naturally strong since his birth.
その状態でここまで戦いている事実。波の連中なら初めの一撃で勝負は決していた。油断すれば足をすくわれる。
Run!
すごいな。いつまで続くんだ。磁力。早く磁力を。
How long is this supposed to be confiscated?
考えろ。裁判の術式。裁判。消えれば。やり直せ。もう一回だ。
気づいたか。
ペナルティを課された対象は罪を認めない限り2回まで裁判のやり直しを請求できる。
Okay.
ほら、もう一回。
もういいかい。
虎杖裕二は2018年10月31日渋谷に出た。
Freaking it back. My boy. No, don't bring that in.
ああ、俺が殺した。これは嘘でも否定でもない。
Confiscation! Death penalty!
君は確か検察官か弁護士を志望していたね。
はい。
裁判官を目指してみないか。
ジャッジマンから課される最も重い罰、コンフィスケーションを付加されたデスペナルティ。処刑人の剣に切られた者は例外なく必ず死に至る。
醜い。他人に歩み寄るたびそう思うようになってしまった。君もだ。 虎杖、お前がどんなに高潔な魂を望もうとも、明かりを灯したところでまた眩しい虚無が広がっている。自分は裁判官にはなりません。人は皆弱く醜い。出世に興味のない自分には向いていません。なぜだ虎杖裕二、なぜ罪を認めた。提出された証拠は君の中に救う悪魔スクナについて。お前は殺してない。なぜだ、なぜ。
Because he feels responsible. He feels like, oh no.
辨識能力と制御能力、いずれかが欠けていると心神喪失となる。つまり制御能力がなかった。自発的に制御能力を放棄したわけでもない。つまり
You are not responsible.
でもやっぱり俺のせいだ。俺が弱いせいだ。
そうか。
ヒグルマ、なんでさっき術式を解いたんだ。
初心に帰った。服を着ろ。そして座れ。100点をやる。虎杖、自分の意志で人を殺めたことはあるか。
Yeah. Even though he didn't want to.
あるよ。
そうか。最悪の気分だったろ。
Ugh. Stop it. Oh, okay, that's gonna be after credit.
ここがね、ルール追加だ。プレイヤーとプレイヤーの点の受け渡しを可能にしてくれ。
ルール10、プレイヤーは他プレイヤーに任意のポイントを譲渡することができる。日車ひろみから1ポイントが譲渡されました。
これでお互い19日間は術式を剥奪されることはない。東京に来る前俺が殺した裁判官と検事のものだ。結界が開けたら自首でもするかな。それに君といるとますます自分を嫌いになりそうだ。またな。
From what the next episodes, the images, I guess it's gonna be focusing on Megumi and Reggie. This episode was all about Higuruma and Yuji. Last episode when he enacted deadly sentencing, I was asking myself because it seemed like they were in a courtroom kind of scene, and I'm like, okay, is he gonna be judging? Is Yuji's gonna be sort of like on trial, and then if he decides that Yuji can leave, then he can leave, but if he doesn't, then Yuji's gonna die or something or other. That's what I was thinking. And yes, it's sort of like a courtroom kind of thing, but it's slightly different, I guess. Yuji is the defendant, he's the prosecution, and then Judgeman is the judge, I guess. The judgment says, okay, you are accused of this. You present your argument. Some kind of evidence is given to Higuruma, and then he presents that evidence, and then he gives his argument, and then the judge gives his verdict, I guess, basically. So the first thing that they accused Yuji of was going into this parlor that he's not supposed to be going into since he's underage and all of that. And Yuji was guilty of that. I was assuming that he was gonna be, yes, I'm guilty. I went in there and then I played some games. Since he's basically some kind of truthful, he's usually truthful about things, he doesn't lie like that. So I was assuming that that's what he was gonna do, and he told the truth to a certain degree, but then he lied also, and evidence, I guess, also proved that, and his judgment was confiscation, and I'm like, okay, what is that? What does that do? And in his case, confiscation is supposed to take away your curse technique. But in his case, because he doesn't have a curse technique, it took away his ability to control cursed energy. So he couldn't use his cursed energy at all. And so they were fighting each other. He was only using his physical strength against Higuruma and his gavel, I guess, whatever, that he could change his size and elongate and just do all kinds of things. And he was just Yuji, and Yuji was able to um took a few blows, but also evade and all of that. But then there came a point where the gavel became this giant thing, and it was just like crushing him down. And he just said, "I want a retrial." And they went back to the courtroom. And during that courtroom, the second courtroom session, he was accused of killing a whole bunch of people in Shibuya. And I'm like, yeah, it didn't surprise me at all that he would accept that guilt, because he's been carrying that upon him ever since it happened. He's, even though we know that he's not guilty of it, it's Sukuna that took control and killed all these people. He has been assuming that guilt ever since it happened. So when the judgment accused him of that, and he immediately was like, yes, I'm guilty. And you see the reaction on Higuruma's face. And you know that affected him, because not many people will just accept that like that, accept being guilty of something, especially murder, in the courtroom. If they can find a way to get out of it, they're gonna find a way to get out of it. But he accepted it. And the judgment for that was confiscation and death penalty. And they gave him an executioner sword, Higuruma. And they were saying that should you get hit by the executioner sword, then you're gonna die. It's a guaranteed death. But when Higuruma and Yuji were facing each other, and Yuji was going for the punch, at the end there, Higuruma stopped his technique. Like, he didn't go through with it. And the reason why he didn't go through with it is because, I'm guessing, before the sentencing is carried out, he gets to see the evidence against Yuji. And having seen that, he knows that it was Sukuna that kills people and not him, and that he was an unwilling participant, I guess, in those murders. And usually in a court of law, if you're not like actively, the person, you actually actively killed the people, and you wanted to kill them, and it wasn't someone that forced it upon you or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. In a court of law, if you were not cognizant of those crime, you are going to be found not guilty, innocent, right? And that's exactly what Higuruma figured out, that Yuji was innocent. It wasn't him, it was Sukuna. And he didn't voluntarily relinquish control of his body. So in a court of law, Yuji is innocent. But Yuji is gonna be like, yes, but I was weak, you know. And that sort of like reminded Higuruma of who he used to be, of his sense of justice, I guess. And he told Yuji to come have a seat and that he was gonna give him his points. When he said, "I'm like, oh," when he said he was gonna give him his points, I was assuming that he was gonna transfer all of his points to Yuji. But then it wasn't until he said, "I want to add a rule about transferring points," that I'm like, oh, yeah, he couldn't have just given his points to him like that. He needed to add a rule, and he added. Not that I'm guessing he had more than 100 points, because after you needed to have 100 points in order to add a rule. But then after he added that rule, he's like, I want to transfer 1 point to Yuji. So that means he had to have more than 100 points. So after he added the rule, he gave Yuji a point. And then because Yuji's points changed in between 19 days, he now has 19 days in order to have a change in points, I guess, and not have his technique or whatever stripped. And as they were sitting there, Higuruma asked him, "Did you kill someone of your own volition?" And I was like, yes, but he didn't really want to. And I guess Higuruma remembered him killing the prosecutor and the judge of that trial, and him feeling, I guess, awful about it. And so he's, even though Yuji was asking him to join up with them and so that they can find a way out of this situation and all of that, he's like, no. And then he's saying that after all of this is done, he's gonna surrender himself to the police, to the law, for having killed that judge and the prosecutor. I also liked the fact that it's not like he went out there to kill people to gain those points. It's that those people attacked him and he killed them. It's a difference. If he actively went after people and killed them, then I'll be like, eh. But if they were attacking you and then you killed them, it's sort of like self-defense. So yeah, so I'm guessing those two people, the prosecutor and the judge that he killed, those were he probably felt more guilty or bad about that than he did the people that tried to kill him and then he killed them. Those two deaths weigh on him more than the others. The others probably don't weigh on him. Or maybe even if they do, just a little bit. But those two that he killed. Because I was asking myself, okay, what was the outcome of that when he technique activated and everything? What was the outcome of that trial? Because he just like banging on the thing and he's like, let's have a retrial or something or other right now. And I'm like, okay, what was the outcome of that? So apparently he killed those two there. Tengen was basically telling us how Higuruma became this grade 1 sorcerer in like 12 days or something or other after he activated his cursed technique and domain and all of that. Basically, Higuruma is someone that's extremely smart, that's able to figure things out quickly and adapt and learn pretty quickly. So after he gained his technique, he became a grade 1 sorcerer in like 12 days. I was like, what? Okay. So yeah, What else? Yeah, that's basically what happened this episode. Yuji got what he wanted out of Higuruma, and yeah, Higuruma got his, I guess, humanity back a little bit. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, the link is gonna be in the pinned comment, so you can just click on it and you can watch it right now. And you can also catch up with all my previous Jujutsu Kaisen reactions. There's a playlist in the comment as well. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. I'm the King JJ, no one to face me. This is who I am, baby. Just follow me all the time.